Now we all will meditate together a few minutes, and then there will be overview about this 7-day meditation retreat. You can share your experience, you can give suggestion, you can ask question also. We are not the babies. We all are old enough to rely on ourselves. We have enough intelligence, ability and strength. But we are using all these with attachment as oneself of our own. We should try to be using or doing or knowing or experiencing only with detachment from everyone and everything concerned with us. The real problem is attachment on self or oneself. The real solution is also detachment from every attachment of the mind. Not only the attachment of our personal or private mind, but also the attachment of collective mind need to detach. In this way, there will be more and more forgetting about mistake and bad experience of ourselves. There will also be less and less suffering. There will also be less and less difficulties, problems, inconvenience. Even for the still remaining problems and difficulties of our life and mind will be easy to detach. We need to be slow, whatever we do, as fast as we can do. We need to be soft as much as we are doing forcefully in every action of our body and mind. We need to be stillness as a dead body as much as we are active and alive. We need to be silent as much as we can speak. We need to let go, abandon or detach whatever we already occupy as our own, especially from the mind. We need to understand or accept ourselves as non-self or no one, nothing, just cause and effect or action and the same reaction of ever-changing, selfless, impermanent nature. As strong as we can accept or believe ourselves as oneself or someone or I, something or mine, we need to detach from oneself or ourself as strong as we attach on oneself or ourself. We need to be mindful as strong as we are ignorant. We all should dare to accept or admit our own faults or mistake as much as we can hide it. If we can do nothing, we are attaching on doing nothing. We should try to do everything of good deeds as strong as we can do nothing. This is changing the power of our own to do more and more good deeds limitlessly. If we know nothing, the attachment of knowing nothing is really strong in our mind. We should know everything as strong as we know nothing. This is changing our quality or ability in the right way of doing good deeds. The changing power from bad to good of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha is limitless. We should try to use the power of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha to change ourselves. The power of Dhamma or doing all kinds of good deeds limitlessly can change from one of the infinite living beings to Samma Sambuddha, who is the highest and greatest in wisdom and ability. Or power. Guided meditation is over now. You can share your understanding and experience about this retreat or ask the question.
before we start with the Q&A, there's an offering that I have to make. So Sayadaw, Bande Phap Din, he's over there. Yeah, he has a younger brother in Vietnam that would like to offer to Sayadaw equivalent of $800 US dollars for your Dhamma work. So the yogi in Vietnam originally wanted to donate for 4 houses in Nibital, which is equivalent to about 780 US dollars, but he did not have a chance to do it. So today he is offering for Sayadaw for your Dhamma work, and Bande put in the remainder of 20 US dollars to be exact of 800 US dollars. And Bande Tam Chanh, the Vietnamese Bande, just texted in the group that he borrowed from his dad $3,000 for the car, but it's in Rosemead, so I think he has to go get it. Yeah.
I'm feeling very good after this retreat, with all the experience happening, and this was my first time to have had a chance to listen so much of teaching in English from Sayadaw, all at once, consecutively, for so many days. I have never had this before. And also the way that Sayadaw teaches evolves. And when I was sharing in my lay life about where I go in Asia and what I do, I used to say that I follow monks. And if I refer to some teaching of Sayadaw, some wisdom, some information that I would give to people, I would say, I wasn't saying that Sayadaw, I wasn't referring to him as my teacher, as a master, because even Sayadaw himself, he was saying that he knew, but he couldn't explain yet. Then he was saying he knew and he was learning to explain and to teach, but he was not a good teacher, as he was referring to himself. So I was referring to him as my monk. I would say that my monk says like this, my monk says like that. And now I feel that Sayadaw is really my teacher. And Thabarwa that he has created is such a school. We don't have to go to many places and many organizations and to participate in many events to get all that experience that we can have only in one place, in Thabarwa. Different cultures, different habits, different behaviors, different ways of seeing and thinking. Everything is here. And through this retreat, I've had my personal lessons and tests, exams, and results. I hope that I can be able to continue to experience the true Dhamma, so that with the experience that came yesterday, last night, with all the discussions, I strongly felt how much I would like to get stable and fluent in the true understanding of Dhamma happening just by the law of cause and effect, so that when I can really fully see all by this law, I can help Thabarwa to have stronger energy of this right understanding, where Sayadaw, meanwhile, is being alone to keep up with that energy. The other day, he said that someday he will pass away, but Thabarwa will live. At that moment, I was feeling that the life cycle is so short that it's not enough, although he is not old yet, but it's not enough to establish what he is trying to establish, as much as I can understand Thabarwa and the value of this school, that it's not enough, his even long life as we can imagine, to really stabilize Thabarwa and Thabarwians, like Thabarwa members, to really continue in this way. But we will accept just as much as we can do and as much as he can do. I'm so happy to have seen my mind last night, which was happy and stable to hear the feedbacks of others, recognizing Thabarwa like anywhere else in other country. Cindy was sharing to us the problems that other monasteries are unsatisfied with us. They love Sayadaw, but not the Thabarwa group. And this is funny, just the same was happening in India, just the same. And there is an interview somewhere on Facebook Live that I was having a discussion with Sayadaw on the rooftop of a hotel where he was staying. And at that day, I was sharing to him how important it was that the conflicts were only from the side of those who don't understand what Thabarwa is, but not within ourselves, within our group. We continue our way, we learn our experience, and we are dealing with whatever arises. And we cannot, like those people who like Sayadaw but don't like Thabarwa, this is wrong. They cannot separate Sayadaw from Thabarwa. Sayadaw's teaching is incomplete without Thabarwa, because Thabarwa is the greatest representative of his teaching about everything and about detachment and acceptance. And I can't believe that people take advantage, because everybody who is here, they can't be just on a free trip. Everybody has to detach from their habit of how they are by themselves. And experience lots of inconveniences. I myself would better go on a free trip with much more comfort, with much more certainty and control of how things should be. But here we renounce those desires. I myself admit that I came to US because when Sayadaw told me in India in January that there was a retreat planned, I believed that I would be coming to some comfortable and nice place, first time ever, to be with Sayadaw and to be staying comfortably. And this ruined the first day that I arrived. and I just laughed at myself. Here, during the time of staying here, we were already warned that this place has problems and we might be continuing to have problems. So we knew that. But I couldn't actually see problems because also I'm not at the side of the organizers. And I was living my part according to my understanding. From the very first days, I came and tried to see if I might be helpful at the kitchen. But whenever Myanmar people or Vietnamese people occupy the kitchen, they are quite possessive in what they want to do. And I'm a complete foreigner. Although we are in the Western world now, but we are in Thabarwa and rules function differently. I am a foreigner here, not any of you. And then I found it to be useful not to put in my impact of how I see things should be done and let people do. I found it useful to detach from wanting to do something, because I'm very much a kitchen person. But I saw that I could arrange things on the tables and then remove things from the tables. And yesterday I was so much surprised to hear feedbacks, complaints about bowls and plates and kitchen utensils left on the tables, because this was not how I perceived it. I saw them and I felt, oh, there is something I can do. Finally, like I get it, I can do something. And those are nuns and monks who eat, I can do this for them. So living in the family of Thabarwa, I can see how others think and behave. And I can compare my understanding, because otherwise I don't know where I am if I don't see others. So like this, I remember how I was and who I became. And I have patience and compassion towards those who might not be able to express their own initiative to come and find themselves useful. I literally spoke to some of the people, telling them that I wish they could have their practice easier, because for some it is even difficult to wake up in the morning, while for me it is easy. For some it is difficult to sit and meditate. For some it is difficult to see around and decide by themselves what they can do. There is no self. We cannot fix our mind and decide that I will have such and such ideas. This comes with the evolution of Dhamma. And I believe nobody came here enlightened and all-knowing, and everybody came here out of search to make themselves and life better. So Thabarwa is a great representation of dukkha. And dukkha is the first noble truth, after all. So I think I have learned about dukkha quite enough in my life, so I don't attach to it anymore. I don't look for dukkha. I don't look for looking at garbage or any dirt and being upset about it. Thanks to yesterday's sharing, I felt so grateful to my Dhamma path that all these days, all these days, I've been actually complimenting those who I noticed were doing things which were not mentioned last night. Many nuns were waking up early in the morning to work in the kitchen or to sweep the leaves. Some were really like ants, going serving food for monks and nuns to the tables, one after another. Some cleaning and doing the dishes after, some cleaning the wash basins, I could see that. Some noticed that toilet paper was missing. They organized and donated money to buy that toilet paper. So many things were done, and I was actually living in my own illusion that things are running. But this is just another view. Because, I don't know, it seems like maybe because of this that my mind could be stable and more pure, that I could be also progressing in my meditation and in my understanding of Sayadaw's teaching. But I can't say that this was me who decided to be so positive. This is just the cause and effect bringing me to this point. And the more I'm understanding the cause and effect of ever new selfless change in impermanent nature, the more compassionate I become towards those who are a little bit somewhere back there where I was also one day. So if I was there, if there was time that I didn't know, didn't understand, wasn't capable, it means there are so many more things in front of me that I still don't know, don't understand, and am not capable. So if those who are already better than me start judging me and scolding me, I wouldn't feel encouragement. I want the good sides of me to be noticed. I was sharing here and saying that I see understanding of Dhamma, I see the results of practice, because the questions that people ask to Sayadaw cannot come without practice. But we have all people at all different levels. I'm happy to have patience and to notice no anger. I'm sorry for those who is experiencing differently. I'm only sharing my experience. I think I have a right to say some positive things. And this is all due to Thabarwa problems that I learned to be like this. Also in my lay life, I learned due to the difficulties with the understanding of the teaching of Sayadaw, repeating it like mantra on my mind, reminding myself. And here I have the support of the Sangha. Doing right or wrong, this is still support. Doing wrong is a good example of how we shouldn't do. I just appreciate more and more the path of Dhamma and the teaching of Sayadaw, which is inseparable. And learning about cause and effect, I'm just so curious and so much wondering what else, what other experience it can demonstrate to me. With all of you, with all the defaults and advantages. Thank you for listening.
So Sayadaw, Bande want to send his appreciation for you to create the good cause for him to be able to come to the US and participate in this retreat. Through this retreat, he is able to see his mind. He able to see the law of cause and effect. Because of the good deeds that were done, he was able to be here. So he's very appreciative of all the good conditions that you've created for him to be here. He wished Sayadaw lots of good health to continue your Dharma teaching. Dear Sayadaw, I usually don't share, but today I would like to share some of my inputs. As you notice that most of your retreats I will attend to help out. Even if I cannot make it, I will send donation. I will send somebody or I will send products to donate for your retreat. And everywhere you go, I have been following you, sending my support, either in person or with products. And every time I participate in the retreat or volunteer, I'm always mindful of the present mind that I'm using. My only suggestion is that I wish that Thabarwa could improve so that they can be accepted everywhere they go, not like this in the current condition. I think practicing mindfulness and detachment, we have to apply it into our daily lives. We cannot just live by the delusion that we have, that we understand your teaching, the Buddha's teaching. It's all a delusion in your mind if you cannot apply it into your daily activities. In my opinion, in order for us to work better as a team, we all should take 30 minutes to help clean up right after lunch and go rest together, not just one person leave and then some people have to stay behind. We can all help to take out the trash, clean the toilets. And before the Sangha came and the yogis came, I already brought a group of volunteers to come and did the pre-cleanup. But within a few days that the group arrived, it attracted so many flies and it created a lot of unhealthy food for us to cook and for us to use. So we have to be mindful of our actions. Usually most people would say more than what they do. They say that they understand Sayadaw's teaching, but they don't do it according to Sayadaw's teaching. They think that they understand, but they actually don't understand. So I think teamwork is the most important. We all need to work together to improve. I appreciate so much, Sayadaw, for your positive energy and for your mission of the development of Thabarwa Center. I think that I also have the responsibilities to contribute to help you develop Thabarwa according to your mission. We come to this retreat, we come to Thabarwa Center from many different places, and therefore we bring many different cultures, many different habits and behaviors. And because of that, it is understandable to have difficulties when we try to live in harmony with each other. Mistakes are very common, but I look at the bigger values of what we can receive in this retreat, and nothing can be comparable to that. I think the mistakes that happened here are not big enough for us to overlook the positive values that we've received in this retreat. However, I do think that for each mistake is a lesson for us to learn, for each individual to contemplate, to make the decision to change. Practicing meditation is about changing our old habits, and we can apply this. We can all learn from the mistakes today so we can change and grow. But I feel very happy that we get to be here all together, to practice together, to work together. That is the greatest happiness compared to the happiness that I can receive at home. We each can change a little bit, little by little, so that we can live in harmony and together we can grow. Working together is a self-lesson. Everywhere we go, we should consider that as our home. We are borrowing this place for our usage, and so we should take care of this place. The mistakes that have taken here are small enough. We can overlook it and see the bigger picture. We came and we received true Dhamma. And once again, I would like to send my appreciation to Sayadaw, the Sangha, and all the meditators. Because of all these, everyone, that we can make this retreat happen. I appreciate all those that silently make their contributions. Like Sayadaw have teach us to share. Sharing including sharing our belongings. And Sayadaw also teaches us not to do harm to others and don't harm ourselves. And teamwork. These are the important points that I want to share is don't do no harm, share our belongings and teamwork, and mindfuls in all activities. So I can help out with being in charge of the kitchen, or Bande Phapden can help out with delegating the tasks to all the yogis. But with regarding the mistakes that happened in this retreat, I am also part of it. I also made some mistakes as well. And sometimes people ask why Cindy is upset, but they don't know that all the trash cans were incorrectly put in, like even though they were labeled, and then this temple has to pay the penalty, a couple $100, because we couldn't separate the recycles from the compost trash. And many things that happens, even I myself have seen trash everywhere, cups open, dirty dishes everywhere. And it's difficult for her because she has to manage so many things and translate in, and also have to answer to this temple as well. So I think that, and for myself, some people will make comments that I don't practice meditation because I don't sit here in the Dhamma hall. But practicing mindfulness and detachment is everywhere, not just in sit-in meditation. So I think we should all learn from the mistakes, from the shortcomings, so that we can improve. But at the same time, I appreciate everyone's effort, and Sayadaw's. I sent my appreciation to Sayadaw. Because of him, we are able to be here together. I wish everybody a great journey on your Dhamma tour, and that we will continue to propagate Dhamma.
Hello, dear Sayadaw and Sangha and everybody in here. I don't talk about the problem because you know all, but I just add a little my idea about before you go to the Dhamma trip. My idea is I think you had when you come to the USA country, so you had to live like people in here. That means I hear one day I hear in the room everybody talk the phone. And I think you have to respect the people next to you. That means keep quiet. If you have the phone call, I think you have to get out of the room and talk. But we go to Vassa, to the retreat, you have to cut all the phone call. It's not important. Okay, that's my idea. And the second thing is like yesterday and today we talk about the problem. My idea is if you love Sayadaw and you do something in another state, not like California, because we know Sayadaw, so we can forgive everything. But if you go to another country, you have to respect Sayadaw and keep the Sangha, and everybody, they look at the Sangha and they respect. So don't do like the bad thing, like in California. That's not, I have a little idea like that. One day I go to the room and I hear people, they open the YouTube and they listen the movie. Oh my, I can't believe. So that on here I had to tell that too. And people, they talk by the phone. So the next day I cannot stay in that room anymore. Okay, that's a little thing I just want to talk, and people, we can check. No? I wish your trip, the Dharma trip, is have a lot of luck and peaceful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay, we should pause here and we will resume after lunch.